Hello, Sand Dollar Ray. How are you? We're doing exclusive YouTube. Hello, everybody. Exclusive YouTube. Unbelievable. We got to give it a try. You know what I mean, Ray? We got to give it a try. So everybody that has to come in. Like I said, I'm not on my Quest group page. I'm just on YouTube. You're doing fine. Did you have a good Thanksgiving if you're in the USA? Everybody had a short and safe Thanksgiving yesterday here in the USA on Thursday. We fed our face. The weather was wet, but it was about 50 degrees, so weather was fine. Very good, Ray. Very good. Very good. But yeah, we're gonna discuss what happened this past Tuesday on the Curse of Oak Island. Go over some items and be open for discussion. I won't open up the phone lines, not unless somebody really wants to get on. They'll just have to PM me and we'll go from there. Let's see here. This is all new to me. Okay, Ray. We got about 9 people in the room. And you're the only one responding so far, so I don't know who's in the room, but hello to everybody. We'll give it a couple of more minutes. Hi, Carol. How are you, Carol? Glad to see you over here on YouTube. Unbelievable. The show keeps on coming up with more and more things. It just blows me away. It's just unbelievable. But we're all full and sleepy from all the turkey. So I thought I'd remind everybody about what happened on Tuesday and go from there. But YouTube hello, Jenny. Blair, what's going on, Blair? I'm glad to see you in here. People are asking me for the YouTube link. Jake, you made it, Jake. This is the first time I'm on YouTube exclusively tonight. And we got to go for it. You know, we got to go live. We got to go live on YouTube for the world to see. I am not on my Quest group at all with this live stream, and I'm glad you're here. Hello, Pamela. How are you? David, glad to see you, David. There they come. Okay. Hello, enjoy. Very good. So we're all mostly from around the whole world there, enjoy. And mostly from my Facebook page, The Quest of Oak Island. We discussed the Curse of Oak Island show that happened Tuesday, and tonight's going to be a discussion on what happened Tuesday and just a roundtable talk of what happened and people's ideas, people's theories. We're all a big gang. But they always come up with something new, gang. This Tuesday, I was kind of surprised on a couple of items. Yup, David, we're on YouTube. A lot of people on the Quest page, since it's private, David, they can't share anything on my private Quest Facebook page. On YouTube here, this live video can be shared to everybody and everybody. Jenny says, no, they still are separate and partners on that. Hi, Chris. Thanks for coming in. They're still partners on that, as far as I know. Nobody has sold any shares to anybody else. Whatever the partnership is, that's what it is, except for Lot 5, that's owned separately. There's our man. There's our star man. Fantastic. Got to put Jake in there. Got to give Jake some airtime. But yeah, so Tuesday they came up with a bunch of stuff, don't you think, guys and members? Oh my God. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Then we'll continue. As long as you can hear me, everything's good on my end, but I don't know what's all right on there. Can you hear me okay? And can you see me okay? And then we'll proceed. There's a little delay. Audio's good, says Enjoy. Very good. Thank you. And don't forget, if people on YouTube, you got to join my Quest of Oak Island Facebook group. It's I'd have to approve it. So that's where we're from. The Quest of Oak Island on Facebook. It's a group that I run. And you'll see all the latest news and gizmos that's going on. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Yep, Pamela. First parchment paper with a Roman numeral and then a Chinese coin. Who arrived first? Who knows? Who knows? Jake gives me the okay. Becky gives me the okay. All right, here we go. Very good. Well, our moderator, Judy Force, she's fantastic. She writes up a synopsis of the show after it's done. And this is her little synopsis. And I thank her so much for doing this for me. Every week she'll be doing it. She says, Season 8, Episode number 3. She says, hi, everyone. I'm in a Thanksgiving mood this morning. I'm warm and my tummy is full. My heart sings with the love for family and friends. This is Judy now. I know now that I have friends all over the world who share with me the mystery of Oak Island. We together share a love for the fellowship of the dig. Their get it at it attitude raises me up and I hope it does you all too. Now, on to the show. You ready, guys? We start in our war room where the guys are deciding their next moves. They conclude the lower right-hand corner of the swamp must be dug. Ian Spooner wonders if this 9-foot square is a tunnel or a searcher shaft. She says, "Tunnel P, please." Gary asks for the spoils to be set aside to be sifted through later. Hope there's a lot of beeps. And they agree they must continue the archaeological dig of the stone structure on Lot 15. David McGinnis believes there's more than a tar kiln there and wants to dig deeper. Now to the swamp where Rick, Marty, and Doug and Scott and Ian decide that the 9-foot square and ledge in the lower right-hand corner may be proof of a deep harbor that once existed there. They decided a cofferdam needs to be put around the area so it can be drained and safely dug. Permits to get and the cost of the cofferdam will be so high, Marty just hands Billy his wallet and says, "Have fun, Billy." We move on to Lot 15 and the stone structure where Marty brings a backhoe and moves a large, heavy rock. This will allow David, Aaron, and Liz to dig deeper, sifting as they go. Is this a hole? Is this a tunnel or a pit? Again, we wait for the members. Oh, patience. Now back to the research center. Jack and Kelly Barraza take a look at the coin. Gary beeped it up on Lot 15. After softly brushing it off, Kelly thinks it could be a Chinese coin. More research needed. Right, guys? Unbelievable. Hi, Don. How are you? On Lot 15, Gary and Jack continue to metal detect towards the swamp and dig up 3 pieces of ox shoes that Gary says are very old. Also, a heavy knob type article that they think has come off a cart. Was cargo hauled here from the swamp to the money pit or swamp to the stone structure on Lot 15? Who knows? Was this a pathway? We will wait again, fellow searchers. At the war room, Marty, Rick, and Greg via internet meet with the Irving Drilling, also on the internet, to discuss the cofferdam that will go into the swamp. They will use the road as a pad and bring on the gravel to make sure it's solid. A very large but not old escalator will be brought in to do the digging. Now to one of my favorite spots, our main man, Carmen Legs Black Shop Smith. He pronounces the pieces of ox shoes as summer and winter ones, which indicate the oxens were used all year round. But when Carmen believes the pathway was used between 1650 and 1750, before the finding of the money pit. Good news, but we got to get these dates factualized. The show ends on a quiet spot on the deck outside the research center with Rick, Marty, Peter, and Gary as they listen to Jack and Alex report Carmen's finding on the ox shoes and the knob. They are excited that Carmen believes they prove a large-scale industry or British military presence was on the island, but back when, who knows? Gary's excited, as usual, as now they know it could be pirates, Templars, or British military, all of them who brought us the mystery of Oak Island. And Judy says, "See you all next week, everyone, and please stay safe." Thank you very much. Judy, fantastic. I thank you so much. Good evening, Don Bretz. They all have an open invitation to come on the show. Oh, Blair, it's up to them. It's up to them. Hi, Ken Richard. We signed on about 5 minutes ago. We just gave Judy's synopsis of the show last week. And we're going to discuss first, I think we're going to discuss the swamp cofferdam. What do you guys think of this swamp cofferdam? Obviously, they didn't put it in this year. So, in my mind, they gave us season 9 if they allow filming to put this other cofferdam in. And we also have the Restall's redo of the shack that he lived in that's supposed to be erected at the beach. So I know of 2 things that they haven't showed so far this year. Or maybe they're saving it for next year, but I have hope that if you're going to put a cofferdam in the swamp, I say it would be a season 9 on that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think on that? On season 9 because of the cofferdam information we had? And I'll put up some pictures and where it's going to be. And we'll discuss number 1, the cofferdam. Here's one picture. No. I think so, Jake. I think so. I think we're out of season 9. Once they started this project, and yet it's unbelievable. Yup, David, until they get permits. Yup. Now, you know, Chris Doholes and Corian, they're all in that lower right-hand corner target area. So whatever they did this year, they just couldn't maybe dig it out, but it did show and it did say that the research those guys did, that they did find 2 anomalies. If you see the promotion in my Quest of Oak Island Facebook page, it did say their research, and when they applied it to the swamp, that they had 2 anomalies that were shown. What they are, I have no idea, but I congratulate Chris and Corian on their research that led them to these anomalies, whatever they are. And I guess now they're that important and tied into the money pit that they put a cofferdam up and they're going to have to dig it right out. I thank you guys. Yeah, David, they did say they'd be in there within a month. But as far as the drone videos and everything going on, they haven't put up no cofferdam as far as I've seen. Any pictures people send me, obviously that structure would be up for a while. I would say they'd have to get the permits first. So, and we don't know about when the COVID, if that doubles up again this season or going into next season, if that's going to be a delay again. But we want to keep up on their ideas and what's happening. So we know they're going to go forward with a cofferdam after they get the permits. How that timing is, who knows? Hi, Darlene. How are you? Glad to see you. Glad to see you here. But yeah, so we're talking about the cofferdam. So there had to be some serious stuff there. Well, that's only Pamela. That's only a illustration. That's not the actual crane. That's a computer generated illustration. There is no cofferdam in there. They have to make a pad. And that has to be done yet. And obviously, if they do this cofferdam, how do they drive to the other side of the money pit? Have to break in another road to get on the other side? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at more video footage to see once this cofferdam is and goes over the road here and they put a pad in, how do they travel to the other side of the money pit? I have no idea. Yeah, Jenny, I did have a picture of that. Yep, Kenny, once the vaccine's released, we should be good to go whenever that happens. But I'm not sure what the exact spot is in this corner where they're going, but I'll show you that picture in the lower right. So you'll get an idea where this cofferdam's going to be and where the targeted area is. Do you see that? No, Darlene, this is not even near the anomaly. This little cofferdam here is over this new little paved area. The big paved area is always on the top. They're not even near the Mercy Point or the eye of the swamp. We're way down on the bottom right where Chris and Corian pinpointed a spot with the research in which I said in the promotion that we posted from Oak Island that they found 2 anomalies. What they are, I have no idea. Blair, if you read my notes and everything, Dave is fine. You just retired. Not on the show that much, but still involved in all the aspects of the hunt, the treasure, ownership, and all that. I mean, sometimes you don't want to be on TV anymore. I mean, after 8 years, get that camera out of my face or whatever, you know what I mean? And probably soon enough, after many years, even the fellowship, it's all History Channel and what they want to agree on. Because sometimes you got that camera in your face every 2 seconds and mic'd up. It gets the people, I guess. Just after a while. That's my own personal opinion. Yup, Jake. Nolan's driveway. On the backside of Nolan's driveway, they can get around to the money pit. Okay, I don't know. I should have got a map up before I opened my mouth and said it, but I guess there's more than one way to get to the money pit with equipment, because we know there's short pylons there, like about 10 footers. But Irving said they'd have to use 25 footers for the cofferdam here. So they haven't even arrived yet. The short ones came, but not these big ones. It's just me, Pamela. They're no longer here. But so you can see the spot here. Did you guys see the spot that I superimposed on the swamp picture that I thought there was an opening under a tree? Did you see that? Yup, Jenny. Jenny, who are you? Hi, Joseph. Jenny, who are you on the as my member? I don't know what Jenny. Doesn't ring a bell. Yup, Ken. No, Derek. All rumors. Nope, all rumors. If anything comes up, any kind of news like that, I'll go right into it, and we get the facts here. We don't do any kind of rumors. No, they're not installing nothing. They're done. Everybody left the island. What do you think, guys? About 2 weeks ago, didn't they button it up? They showed. Okay, where was I? All right, on this island picture with the swamp, did you guys see where I thought there might be a hole under that tree? Okay, Jennifer Brent. I heard I imposed where I thought there was a tunnel sort of next to the road that they're scraping away. And that's exactly where they want the target area to be, where the cofferdam and where Chris pinpointed X marks the spot. You guys see that? You see where I'm saying? So that dark spot kept on coming up a million times. It's not water. The water's more grayish under this tree. That dark spot, I don't see no shadows. The shadow of the tree is going left, like I said. And it's not water. So no matter what I did, I lightened it up, I darkened it up, I lightened it up. That dark hole just kept on coming up. So maybe they're shooting for that. But I guess they couldn't excavate the whole thing because they need the cofferdam to stop the underground waters from coming in. I guess they couldn't pump it out to sea, I guess. Chris, you're right on the ball. Now, my GPS point, Chris says my GPS point. My GPS point on the show was right at that tree. Can you imagine that? There's always tunnels under a tree at this Oak Island. The money pit's under a tree. This is under a tree. They must have liked a lot of shade or something. I have no idea. Good work, Chris. Hi, Judy. You made it. Thank you so much. Take your time. Take your time. This is our first night just on YouTube itself. You're the best, Judy. You're in there. We'll get you going with all this technology. I'm still lost myself, so we just roll with the punches here. And remember, every time I do a live broadcast at the end, what do I tell you people? No matter what happens, go forward. And that's what we do. We just keep on going forward. No breaks there. We just keep on rolling. Now, David, where is the tree and tunnel relative to the new paved area? I would say you see the lower right-hand picture. You see the small paved area right there. They said it's about 200 feet long. I would say to the tree, maybe 60 feet away, 60 or 70 feet away, the tree is to the small paved area. You know what I mean? And that's all they're targeting. We're targeting this lower right-hand corner here. And then we're going to get into the pave areas after we discuss this. So what do you guys think? Tunnels? Shafts? Solomon's treasure is buried over here? What's going on? Jenny, there was no other trees. That's all the swamp. It was all swamp. There's no trees there. That was real close to the road, I think. I don't think it was real swampy right there for the roots to rot with that one tree there. I got pictures. We can look back on my Quest Facebook group and see before they drained out the swamp if they did knock any trees down, but I don't think so. Pamela Block says there's shafts here. Okay. Tunnel Templar treasure. Well, you're with Corian, Judy. Solomon's treasure. Oh my God. Imagine. But we got this little bit of information last week, but I just wanted to point it out there that whole swamp, they're not at the Mercy Point. They're not at Fred Nolan's end road where there's a shaft there. They're not at the eye of the swamp. All concentration is at the lower right bottom corner of the swamp that they're going to excavate next year. I think that was higher up, Jenny. And the only way we go by Templars, like Gretchen says, we got to watch the dates. Even though Dr. Spooner said the swamp was 1220 and the coconut fiber was in the early years, those are the only two dates that tie into the Templar as far as we see and as far as the show's producers are showing us. The Money Pit, Smith's Cove, 1740 to 1820 or 1640 to 1700. That's way too late for a Templar. So we got to go by the dates and we got to go by the science. You know what I mean? I have Gordon Fader on here, who's a geologist, and I agree with him that science will dictate which way these operations will occur. The dates got to line up for the period of that time. So science, you have to go by the science and you have to adapt to changes. So the more scientific facts we get, the more dates we get. I mean, after 8 years, we're getting a lot of dates. We're getting a lot of scientific data. You just can't pull stories out of the air. One of these guys' theories is going to be correct. Which one? I have no idea. There's a lot of theories. I put everybody's theories out there. Who says this and who says that and who disagrees with this and who disagrees with that. That's up to the members to decide. I put it out there as an open platform on my platform so you guys can see different ideas. I just don't put one theory's side. If there's a same theory with a different side, that also be posted. Because we're all civil human beings in here. We're all adults in here. And we either agree or we don't. We disagree. But I love it all. I love it all. Yup, Jake. The swamp, 1220. Yep. The other locations, yep. I mean, the other locations, you got British encampments. You got all kinds of different things you're finding British-wise. And the dates that are coming up, you just got to put it together. Follow the science. But it takes time to get the science. It takes time to get the dates. Hello, George. Jenny, I'm pretty sure Fred Nolan dug under the stones. He found an old ship stove under one stove. He found, what else did he find? I don't know. You'll have to search in my quest of Oak Island. Just search Fred Nolan's finds or the cross. I can't remember everything that they found, but what sticks into my mind was an old ship's stove that they found underneath one stove. What were they doing there? They found some bones, but they don't know if it was human or animal because they didn't leave no notation. Yup, George, it was dated. The cross was dated in France. Yep. Yep. Pamela, you never know. I mean, it could have been dropped. Somebody could have had it for a pass-me-downs. Who knows? If we had these answers, it would be great, wouldn't it? But we don't. It's all speculation. That's all we can do. Got the cross. Go with the science. We got it where it came from in France, and they got it sort of dated. And that was the science talking to us. Not who dropped it there, not who had it in around their neck for 50 years and passed it down. We have no idea. We go with the science and the date. No, he's not, Dave. No, he's not. But he's out there in chat. My group is fantastic. You ever put a question out there? Gordon's very good in answering, or anybody, any of my guests are answering questions randomly when they pop in my group, and they'll take care of you. If not, I can see it and I can send them to them. No problem. All right. So are we done with the? We're done with the swamp. All right. They're gonna dig it next year and see what happens. Now, guys, our next subject. What do you guys think of this oxen trail? And of course, they're going to say they were hauling treasure. They're not going to say they were hauling fertilizer from the barn. They're not going to say they were hauling hay. Of course, they were hauling military equipment. They were hauling treasure from one piece to another. I want to get your opinion when they threw this oxen trail, because they said it came from the paved area in the swamp across lot 15, which should be flatter. I want the members' opinion when they threw that at us, the oxen trail. Yup, Sherry, the swamp isn't done. Just for me. No, I think that was just a shadow, Dave. That wasn't a hole. I looked on that small paved area. The rules security. Yup. I'm saying the swamp is done as far as me showing it, not the show and Rick and Marty, just for my presentation. Ken Richards. I've noticed the picture under the cofferdam to the left of the tree looks like another roadway. Yes, that's another small paved area. Correct. Yep, George. And Dave, definitely seems to have been activity, but the terrain didn't look like a worn cart path. No, after all these years, no. But they did find an ox summer shoe and a winter shoe. But what do you think of them saying from the swamp area, from the paved areas, that they hauled something back and forth? Why from the paved area to lot 15? Why not anywhere else? Why not any other direction? Because they want to tie it into the money pit, like they're hauling gold and silver bars and all the rest of the stuff. I sort of scratch my head on that. Not if it was like a shipping port or something. Okay. If that was a deep harbor, you would have to unload the ships and obviously use the oxen to unload the ships to bring them where? They had a warehouse on Oak Island? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you guys think? Yup, they did. Yep, Chris, could be. They did have a lumber mill on Oak Island, Chris. They had a lumber mill on Oak Island. So where's the path to the lumber mill? They still got the concrete pylons there where the old lumber mill was. How come the path doesn't go down there? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? And even Sam Ball, his 2 lots or 10 acres, he cleared it right out for cabbage. All those trees gone. Because Laird said he couldn't believe how much land he cleared by hand. Yeah, not the logging operation, but how much he cleared. I mean, 10 acres, they had to have a lot of trees on 10 acres. You think he was? And then I'm going to get to this tar pit. You guys, this tar pit's been bothering me. And my brain is going wild with this tar kiln. Okay. We'll get off the ox path for a while because Jake has got me crazy now. Think about it, guys. Think about it. This tar kiln. I was a surveyor. And if I mark down on a map and I plotted on a map, possible tunnel. It had to look like a tunnel. It had to be like seemed like a tunnel. Maybe it was just a pit to him that looked like a tunnel. But I would just mark down stone pit, stone pile. I would never put down possible tunnel on my survey plot. That's me as a surveyor. I put down what I see. I put down what I plot. So when they come with this tar kiln, of course, they're digging it out. All the archaeologists are digging it out. They find cracked rocks from heat. They're finding tons of charcoal, right, guys? Talk to me, guys, here, right? They're finding tons of charcoal in this pit, right? You remember seeing that? They put all the charcoal on top of the rocks, all the charcoal. It was always a burn site. Always a burn site. You with me, everybody? You with me? Now, if you're digging the money pit, like I've been saying this for 7 years, if you're in the money pit 200 feet below the surface, you have to breathe. Why can't the tar kiln be a fire vent? A fire vent drawing oxygen from that tunnel for the guys 200 feet below to get air. How does that sound? Why couldn't it be a vent? They had to light the fires there to draw the oxygen down into the tunnels for them to breathe to dig the money pit. How's that sound for my crazy brain thinking of out of the box, how my brain works? Well, sure, maybe they can use it for different things. But I was always looking for a vent. How did these guys breathe down there? They didn't have no oxygen mask. They didn't have no other outlets. We don't have no back door. But yet Fred Nolan writes on his survey map, possible tunnel. Now we know there was a lot of fire there. There's a lot of charcoal there. Yeah, sure, maybe they did some meddling after a while, whatever. But why couldn't it be a fire vent that they just kept it on fire to draw the oxygen down to the workers or whoever was doing it in the caves or whatever? What do you think of that idea? Am I going too far out there, or what do you think? Carol likes that theory. Well, I got one person with me. Judy, how you like that idea? How did they breathe down there? We can't find no other vents. We don't have a back door. I have no idea. So that could be a possibility, but I'm thinking of not a possibility. You have to have air. Well, how do you get air if you're down that far and all these tunnels? What do you think, Don? What do you think of that crazy idea of mine? It's not a tire kill. It was a fire vent. Let's dig it up. Let's dig it up and find out. Because he said what? If it's a tunnel, uh, Dave McGinnis said it's deep. And Chris says, I'm not sure what layer, but they found charcoal on one layer of the logs on the money pit. It was down a few levels. So maybe on some of the levels they lit a fire to draw the oxygen down. Could be. Jake, if you had a vent, I mean a shaft 500 feet away and a tunnel that goes another 500 feet the other way with a fire burning, it would draw the oxygen down from the big part of the money pit opening to the fire. It would draw it down across the tunnel to the fire. The fire way over here will draw the oxygen down from the big 30-foot. Well, how big was it? 15-foot around or 15-foot around the money pit with the levels in it. It would draw the oxygen down the shaft, down the tunnel to the fire. The fire would draw it like a continuous, wouldn't it? You sure it would? Yeah, the fire would probably draw through the. What do you think, Jake? It would burn the oxygen, yeah, at the kill, but it would draw oxygen down from like the chimney. You got like a chimney. Figure the money pit's a chimney, and then 500 feet away, you got a tunnel. At the end of that tunnel, you got a fire going like crazy. It's going to draw the air down over here to the fire. That's what I'm thinking, but maybe I'm nuts. I don't know. Sure, it's going to burn the oxygen, but it's going to burn the oxygen where the fire is 500 feet away after it draws oxygen from where? The air around it and a tunnel if there was a tunnel below it. Does that make any sense, guys? I'm getting lost there. Jenny, wonder if the drains at Smith's Cove started out as air shafts and then the fire over the kill spot would draw. I mean, they had to have air. That's all I know. That's all I'm thinking about is how do you breathe? That's all I'm thinking about. Like the convention oven, yeah. So, who knows? My brain goes off to these tangents. I have no idea. So that's what went through my head on that. How did they breathe? Right, Ken. It would also draw the toxic gas. It draws everything. Air, toxic gas, draws everything to the flame. Wherever the flame is, it's drawn. That's their vacuum. Well, I don't know how they did it. Otherwise, I don't know. Judy. Thanks, Judy. I'm not losing it yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks, but yep, George. No PVCs. Yep. No PVCs. It's just unbelievable how and why. But that just seems strange to me that, okay, they're fixing ships, they're repairing ships, sure. But what time frame? They could have used that pit for drawing air, then after repurposed it for, blacksmith shop, fixing tools, making tire, whatever they do. But what time frame? You know what I mean? Once the money pit was done, there was no need to draw any more vents. Once the money pit was done, and they put the chapel vault in there or whatever they did or whatever's in there. It had to be shut down, so they repurposed it as something else. Why that one spot, though? Why that one spot 500 feet away? Why make it there? You know, why make it in another spot of the island? I have no idea. So I was just thinking about that, okay, they say it's a fire kill. I say it was used for something else as a fire vent and possibly repurposed after that to use it for whatever they had to do. That there was a pile of rocks there in a pit to do metal work, fix tools, fix ships, whatever the heck they were doing, but we got to know the time frame. Yeah, they can burnt wood, test burnt wood. Carbon, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But enjoy this, whatever your real name is. Dating the wood, that's what we've been doing. Dating wood, getting the dates of all the structures that were built, and so on and so forth. But now in the 8th season, making oxen shoes. Yep, Chris. They had to repurpose it. But why that one spot? They got rocks all over the place. Why pick that one spot? I mean, you would make it closer to whatever is convenient to you. If you got a campsite there, well, that's where you make it. You don't make it 8 acres away in a ravine. Okay, Arnie, thanks. Good to know you. But yeah, that sort of got me crazy when and then they're saying the ox path back and forth. It could be carrying military equipment. I mean, maybe they're looking for more foundations that are buried. Yeah, sort of, Jake. It's sort of lot 15 is sort of let me see. Lot 15, where the stone structure is. Yeah. But if you're going to fix things, I would want to be closer to the shore. Why would I want to do something way inside the island? If you're fixing ships and doing blacksmith stuff, you want to be close to where the ships are, don't you? Like the docks, near the docks. You catch crawfish in a fisherman's boat. Well, they got the warehouses and refrigerators and things like that close to the docks. Not 700 feet in. Always close to where your work is. But maybe not. That's just going through my head right now. Chris says it's the highest point on the island where that structure is. Huh. Okay. Good to know, Chris. Thank you. We have no idea, George, how large this workforce was till this day. Hi, Sherry. How are you? But, yep, Don, for the chimney system. Yep. There you go. Draws low, goes high. Draws low, goes high. Very good, Don. Thank you, Don Bretz. But can you imagine the manpower it took to do this? I just can't fathom what is going on. That's all they do is show us tunnels, 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 tunnels. Who dug all these tunnels? Where is all the dirt? Where are there piles of spoils? You guys watch other shows, gold shows and everything. There's piles of spoils all over the place. They don't put the spoils back. In the old days with these islands, they don't return the land to normal in the old days. Not now. You got environmental issues that you got to return the land, how you found it, make sure it doesn't go in the ocean and stuff like that. It's just unbelievable. And the manpower that it took to do this, and nobody saw this. I don't know if it's the military that did it all. I have no idea. Then there's the good old lot 15, 500 feet this way, 500 feet that way. And it goes to the highest point. Where that lot 15 intersects, that point is the highest point. Okay. So, if it's at the highest point, that's a perfect draw for a chimney. Perfect. I love it. Don, fantastic. Probably, George. Because they said, Dr. Spooner says the swamp is man-made. And dated 1220. We got them as scientific facts. The pulley systems must have looked crazy. Pulley systems all over the place. Yup, and Ken, the island was repurposed over and over and over and over. But I'm just interested in the treasure part. Even though I know everything is history and it can rewrite history and all that. I mean, it's just a good old treasure show and turn it into maybe a history show or find out what was going on there. If something was there, if nothing is there, if something is there, whose theory is right, whose theory is right on. That's what I want to get to. That's what I want to get to. Pulley systems all over the place. But and now on this 1, 2, 3. Now under the Beringer tunnel system. Do you see all these tunnels? That supposedly are there. And number 3 there is that's where they dug that they're on the uplands. Not only that they have to dig the money pit. By who? Who knows? Slaves. Whatever. Nobody saw no action. Who in the heck dug all these tunnels if all these tunnels are there? Answer me that. You up, Jake? There had to be a lot of people there. So shouldn't we be find a ton of stuff? We find one spoon. We find one. Well, now we're finding 1 or 2 or 3 axe heads. Now we're finding a couple broken pickaxes. But if you have such a big operation going here, you should find a ton of repurposed tools, campsites, old foundations of all old huts. If it was just wood, or what they do, just sleep on the rocks or go back on the ship and sleep on the ship. The amount of material we're finding for the amount of people that it took to do all these tunnels, if so, in my mind, does not add up. Their food source is who knows. So what do you think, George? They had fresh water on the island, yep, because they showed us wells. Even at the McGinnis Foundation, there are wells, artesian wells still there. They had cattle. Somebody said they dropped off cattle off a ship and left them on the island. I forgot who said that. What person was dropping off cattle at the island? But I think that's way before or way after the money pit. I'm saying Well, when did they dig the money pit? Okay, they found it at 1795. You get things, well, they did it in 1635. They did it in well, where did all these people eat? Where did all these people stay? There has to be a lot more leftover things in the spoils than we're seeing, or we're just not looking in the right spot. But usually you stay close to the money pit. You're not going to be have an encampment on the other side of the island. You're going to be all in this one area, aren't you? You know, well, lots of soup, bone soup, bone broth soup. Well, how much strength you're going to get into that when you're digging and pickaxing? You last about 5 minutes. I just does it make sense to me? Does it make sense to you guys that within now we're going in 8 years on this island? The amount of things we should be finding with an amount of people that had to do all this work, supposedly, does it add up with you guys? It does not add up with me. Or are they not telling us all? But like Laird said, the minute they find something, they show it, they do it, they tag it. George agrees with me. Nobody saw nothing. You got 3,000 people on this little island. Nobody from the mainland saw nothing. But at least they're going this year. And we're going out in the bay there, I guess. We saw the ship that they put the metal detector down in the bay. So they are going off the island a little bit. Yep, Chris. It just boggles me. It just boggles me, boggles me, boggles me. And then they find this very shortly on the wash table. And I know they're going through old spoils, but I have no idea where this came from. I know it came off the wash table. And everybody thinks it's a old pocket watch or a little golden case. But that'll be a crazy week when they show this gold object here that they found on the wash table. Nope. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. They sure enough did enough um, scanning and seismic testing to be overabundant with information. And there's the spot right there. That Chris pointed out that's what they're digging up right over there. Maybe they got to go more to the right where that bright spot is, but they're in that area. And that's what they're going to coffer dam up and go from there. Yup, Ray. Mason Secrets, yeah. You're right, Jake. The Indians, the Micmac, there weren't a lot of people on the mainland, so other than natives, who would record it? You're absolutely correct, Jake. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. Very good. I got to think back when I'm talking. I got to think back of the population once I say something, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Who's going to record it, right? I hear you. Very good, Jake. They could have did anything on that island. Nobody would know nothing. Let me see here. Okay. But anybody got anything else that they want to speak about, talk about? I'm going to hide this. Alrighty. Well, we talked about the cofferdam. We talked about the Oxen Trail going from the supposedly deep harbor that Dr. Spooner says was the swamp off those two, one large rock paved area, one small rocked area, and they were hauling things away from there to where we have no idea. We have no foundations. Where they hauling it to or what they were hauling. It's all speculation. Of course, they want to say treasure and military things. I'm talking hay, dirt, and fertilizer. But that's TV for you. You know, that's TV for you. Yep, George. It could be. Yeah. In their storytelling. Yep. Did anyone see the post that seemed to be a person from South America? This person leaked portions of episodes of season 8. I don't know how would they do that or get them. I mean, that's awful strange, but whatever. The last episode did not give us too much information to go on. There's Chris coming in. They haven't mentioned the Romans in a long time. I know. But there is some interesting astronomy at the island associated with the possible Romans. And that's what these pave areas got all the Romans, the Roman theorists, up in an uproar. Well, this is how the Romans did their roads. Have you heard that, Chris? You know, I mean, this is the Roman road. This is how the Romans made their paved road. Says, oh my God, here we go. Could be, George, could be. George says, I think the small landing area was the base of a crane of sorts to pull cargo from the hull of the ships. Yep. And then Ken says, I'm wondering if some of these tunnels may have been where they were living in. Tunnels as a living quarters. All ideas are welcome. Yep, Zena Halpern sure believed that the natives knew and were involved in the rare navigational devices. Yep. You got that right. Now we're trying to figure all this mess out. You know what I mean? Trying to figure this big mess out. This map that was copied over and over and over from a copy. What was it, 1113? The year 1130? Unbelievable. A lot of pieces of the puzzle. Unbelievable. Unreal. Now, do you guys like shows better on a Friday than a Wednesday? What do you think? We're gonna button it up in a little while. Would you rather have them on a Friday than a Wednesday night? A lot of people have a lot of things going on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Would you like them better on a Friday? Hmm. Yeah, George, I think that would creep into the folklore of them stories. Yeah, sure. If they're involved in the beginning, sure, 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 sure. And I don't know what their preview is of December 1st because I think we're going to see a lot of Corian. We're going to see a lot of Corian this coming Tuesday. Wednesday to discuss Tuesday's show. Friday is good. Friday. Wednesday or Friday. I think if nothing else, we know that man was navigating the planet long before we realized. Yup, Ray? Like Chris told us, they go by the stars, my man. They didn't have no GPS or anything. Jan, they're all excited from. Yeah, I think we'll leave it on Wednesday. And then maybe do if we get a guest appearance on a Saturday. You want to keep that the same or you want to switch it around? You guys let me know what's good for you guys. You guys are my members. You guys make the show. You guys make the group. And this was our first show exclusively on YouTube. I got to look back at the figures. I think we had about 40 or 50 people in. So that's the same as we get at the Quest group page. And then I'll download this live video that we did here to my members on Quest so they can see me mumbling about. And everybody was fantastic tonight. The Champlain maps will reveal a lot of things coming up. Got a lot of stuff coming up, but alignment is coming up on Tuesday, the alignment. And I have that promo on the Quest page, Quest group page. It does have Corian saying there that he believes that the Templars, the treasure of Solomon, he says, is buried in the swamp. I got that out of the promo. I know, Pamela, Wednesday, because my brain's going too. By the time it's Friday, I forget. That's how bad I'm getting. Wednesday, we're all fresh, we're all hyped up, and we'll keep it the same. All right. Well, I want to thank Judy, my monitor. She's doing a fantastic job with our show outline that I'll always read in the beginning to refresh our memories, even though it's a day after on Wednesday. This helped a lot on Friday. We're all full of turkey, and I says, well, I got to get on here. I got to talk to my members. We got to melt together. You know what I mean? We mind melt. I want to thank my other monitor, Storm, that's helping me out. Storm Dess. She's fantastic. And I'm still looking for maybe one or two more monitors to help out with both sites. The Beyond Oak Island is sort of losing me a little bit. We're getting like a Western type of history, and they're sort of losing me quick. Like I say, I tell it the way it is. I'll post a little bit, but they only got 5 more shows. I know they only have 8 shows of Beyond Oak Island. And then my big thing on that site is going to be going into the lost gold of World War II, because we know we found a chamber there 930 feet into the mountain that they found wooden closed ammo boxes. Now that's got me hyped for World War II, the lost gold of World War II. They're in the Philippines, but I don't know with the COVID. Can they get down there? Can they get in there? Can they start digging there? Will that show be delayed also? I'm not sure. So, Pam, it's going to be me from on now in. You got me, and that's it. We'll have, of course, the guest hosts that want to come on, but I'll just be the main man from here till the end. Just like I started, this is how I'm ending. And I'll be with you guys to the end. Yup, Jan, that show is losing me quick. So I want to thank you. Thank everybody that participated. Chris and Jake, I always can depend on you. Fantastic. The rest of the team members, fantastic. And remember, believe in your dreams. No matter how old you get like me, believe in your dreams. And whatever happens, nothing's that big to make you go nuts. You always go forward. You pick yourself up, go forward until you can't move anymore. That's what keeps me going. I hope everybody had a good, small, and safe holiday. Start your Christmas shopping. Get online, start spending money if we got any left. I thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Thank you.